Sandwich. Yummy!
Look who's back!
Yes, sir. We have none other than Mr. Brett Foster joining us.
And Mr. Martin Park.
All right, for episode
What is this?
14.
14. So you missed one episode, you just got out of track.
You're totally lost. So we're back, episode 14 of EdTech Sandwich, Kentucky style.
Whoa.
Or as my 5-year-old says, sandwich.
Sandwich.
So it's sandwich time. We are at Meadowthorpe Cafe.
Never been here. Saw it online. Had to come.
And we just thought, you know, the pictures are amazing. I've got Urban Spoon pulled up right now. Brett, what are you having today?
Well, I'm having my only meal for today, obviously. It is the Thorpe burger, bacon, egg, cheese, lettuce, tomato. Opted out for the fries for a little bit of pinto beans and cornbread. Can't beat that.
I'm having, and of course, I'm still on my quest for the best Reuben sandwich in the country or in the world.
The world.
In the world. So I've got the Reuben. I'm excited to try it out. The folks here said it's one of their best sandwiches. So
come to Meadowthorpe Cafe on Leestown Road.
Check it out. Check it out.
All right. What you got?
Brett, why don't you kick us off?
All right.
What we got?
You know, I've kind of been known as the gadget guy on EdTech Sandwich and around our region. And I got the new Galaxy, not the Galaxy, what am I talking about? The Nexus 7 tablet from Google. It's actually made by Asus. I've had a couple of Android devices and tablets before. However, I would have to say this is the best one I have ever.
Better than the Kindle Fire?
Better. Well, they just announced new Kindle Fires yesterday, so I'm interested in getting one of those and try it out. But not knowing what that holds, this is by far the best tablet using Android 4.1, which is Jelly Bean. It's very responsive. It is light. It feels right. It feels like the right size for a tablet to me. It's got this kind of pleather background in the back, so it gives you a good grip.
That was one of the things I noticed. It felt kind of good. Yeah,
and they start at $199. I really like it. If you're in the market for a tablet and you don't want to spend the premium for an iPad, I think you can't really go wrong with this tab.
What's the battery life, Brett?
You know, they say it's 300 hours off, like turned off and powered up. 10 hours for video and web surfing, and like 9 for
so
some other things.
10 hours right now.
10 hours
sits as the bar.
It is,
because that if it does last 10 solid hours of hardcore browsing, and then that's the bar right now.
That's it.
Right?
You gotta hit that mark.
You gotta hit it. So I've got the Nexus 7 website pulled up, and Brett, I just gotta say that the Nexus 7 features website looks a lot like something from the Apple Store.
Maybe I don't know how that happens. Lawsuit.
There's been a lot of that lately. Hey, I'm going to jump in, and I've had a lot of people really talking about maximizing and using Twitter more. And,
right.
You know, we've been using Twitter for a long time, and I personally have a great PLN or personal learning network, professional learning network that I extend, and I go a lot of places with it. But more and more people want to do more things with it in whole group sessions and whatnot. So I thought I would share a couple things. One that I thought was interesting was a Mashable article that came out about the Michelle Obama speech this week.
Okay.
And talked about 28,000 tweets per minute.
Yeah.
And so almost crushed Twitter.
Well, did you see what last night when Barack Obama gave his speech? There was like 46,000 tweets. At one point in his speech.
Which is
amazing.
It's phenomenal. It's this idea that people no longer want to be passive audience, and they want to be active participants.
Just like students.
Exactly. And so it's really leveraging that. So, you know, the speech itself was a great speech, but then when you track all the tweets that go with it and the conversations that expand it, it really gets pretty amazing. So I thought I'd share a couple of tools that people are using or that I've used to really do that whole group. One is, of course, Twitter Call. And so as you can see, I've got the EdChat, the hashtag EdChat in this Twitter fall search. And as you can see, just tweets are falling in left and right. And you can really watch that. And that's nice to do. And what we've done before in sessions is show that up on a wall or on a screen so people can kind of see, and it adds value to what they are contributing. So that's Twitterfall. It's really easy to do. It's free. You don't even need an account. You can link to it. You can hide the panels and make it a lot nicer if you want. The next one is visible tweets. I like visible tweets because you can, again, I've got the EdChat hashtag pulled in, but it's a nice one to put maybe on an LCD display at a conference or at a session you're doing. But it just pulls different tweets in left and right, and it kind of flows it in a lot like Prezi, and it changes colors and kind of adds it. But also the one thing it does is it adds the avatar or the image of whoever's contributing, which is kind of nice. It's kind of like own what you're contributing.
Right, exactly.
The next one that is pretty new, it's called hashtags.org.
Okay.
And what it does, and again, I've got the hashtag of EdChat pulled in, but it shows graphical analytics to see how that flow is going.
Okay.
So that's neat to see with like the Michelle Obama speech or the Barack Obama speech from the other night. But it gives you a sense of the value of that conversation or that hashtag. And then the last one is Monitor. It's monitor.com. And what I like about it is, again, just this real quick spit out of a hashtag search or a at Brett Foster search or whatever, and it just drops it in.
Nice.
And it's clean. So what else you got?
All right, a couple more gadgets real quick. First one I want to show you is a digital camera. It's the Sony RX100. It is has 3.1 optical zoom. You can see the thickness of it right here. It has the ability to do 1080p video recording. It has a 1-inch sensor in it, which is, I think, the largest sensor in a point-and-shoot camera. It gives you great image quality, almost SLR quality, and something you can put in your pocket. It's really interesting, this outer band here on the lens. It can be used, can be set to do different functions, like zoom if you want, or ISO settings. And in low light, this is probably the best point-and-shoot camera I've ever seen in low light environments. It just does a great job.
The flash on it's unique.
Yeah, the flash on is unique. Let me power it up here and let me turn the flash on. Okay, so here's the flash. And the cool thing about it is you can tilt it up, so instead of having the flash go directly on your subject, it will bounce up off the ceiling and things like that. So it's pretty cool. It's a neat camera. It's not the most inexpensive camera, but for the image quality and for for how compact it is, it's well worth taking a look at if you're needing a DSLR quality.
The one thing I found really cool about that camera that you showed me is the panoramic piece.
Yeah, it does. It has a panoramic setting on there, and what you do is it shows you push the shutter down, and then you start moving it from left to right, and it does a great job of stitching that whole entire image together into one panoramic.
And it gives you audio cues on when to start,
when to start.
So maybe we'll link the one we took. Maybe we'll link that to the show.
Maybe we can. We should do that.
It was a fantastic shot. You've got one more thing, and then we're going to close this episode out.
Last thing, battery life on all of our gadgets is kind of limiting. There have been other ways of powering up your iPhone, like with the Mophie juice pack and things like that. That's great for my phone, but sometimes I have to have a tablet I need to charge up, or my digital camera if I'm out, and my battery never seems like it's charged enough.
You think students, and that's something our students are facing.
And students are faced with that too, while they're at school. Their batteries on their tablets or stuff like that are dying throughout the day. So I found this Lamar power port, and it's the Wave 6600. No, it's not us. And what it does, it has 2 USB ports. So anything that's charged with a USB cable, whether it's an iPhone or like the Nexus 7 that's got the mini USB on the bottom, doesn't matter. You can plug it into here and it will charge it up. Now they claim that your cell phone can be charged up to 6 times with one fully charged battery. I tested that the other night where I was charging my iPad and my iPhone simultaneously, and it was charging pretty quick. I was very impressed with that. And it's light. It can be thrown in the backpack, and then you can have your cables and stuff. So while you're at lunch or something like that, you could be charging your devices. One of the really cool things about this is it's not that expensive. It was $40 on Amazon, and so a nice, inexpensive.
You're like me, you round down.
Yeah, whatever.
So $42.99.
$42.99. So around $40. But it's a great product so far. I've been very impressed with it. It's light. It's got a rubberized coating on it, so it's got a good grip, and I think it's going to be pretty durable. So if you need something like that to charge multiple devices simultaneously, check out the Lamar PowerPort.
So it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
And we've got great background music at Metathorpe Cafe, and we've got great food. It looks like we're going to chow down. So we'll see you next episode. Later.
Just say no to burritos, breakfast burritos, by the way. I just had to get that in there.
EdTech Sandwich, yummy!